Good day, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for another great session today. We have Osama Mahmood, who will be talking to us about his career journey here in Canada. So, without having to wait any more, we can just get started. So, thank you, Osama, for joining us. Can you get started by telling us a little bit about yourself first?
Sure. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. So as Saad mentioned, my name is Osama. I'm currently working for a large tech firm in Canada. I've been in Canada for over 4 years or so. So I just moved to Canada, I think, early 2016 from Dubai. And I've basically been in the project management, engagement management domain for the last 15 odd years. And my journey to Canada, I think it started like most of us when we applied for immigration. I moved here from Dubai. So I was in Dubai for quite a significant amount of time before moving over to Canada. I when I moved, my first job, and I've gotten extremely lucky in that sense, is I used to work with a US company. So when I moved, I was able to get a place within Canada. So I was able to continue from my previous role, and that'll really, really help my transition. I understand it may not be possible for everybody, but at least whoever has a chance to do so, please look at those opportunities within your organization if there's a chance. So once I moved over to Canada, I worked with them for over 1.5 to 2 years. And then I moved to a couple of other positions. I worked for a Canadian Cancer Society. I've done both full-time work as well as contractual work. And now I'm back into a full-time role with my current organization.
Interesting journey, Osama. So, based on your current role, what is your current role? What are you doing exactly? Again, program management, project management, exactly.
Yes, so I've been a program manager before. I've done hands-on technical project management as well. My current role is more like engagement management. So it's basically a mix of both traditional project management as well as agile practice management. So it's literally a mix of traditional project manager, agile coach, scrum master, all of that combined, just to make sure that we deliver a successful project to the customers.
So I know we've had these conversations, and I want you to go in a little bit more detail with that, because I know you started off with a leading bank, and then there were certain things that you wanted to move on forward. How did you get landed in that role? What made you transition over? And what are the kind of finer details which you would advise folks to be careful of when they're making their career choices over here?
Sure, I can add to that. So my first role within Canada was for a cancer society. And I can give you a quick background of how that worked out. So when I worked for 1.5 years for my US company, I was looking for local opportunities, and as most of you have faced challenges in doing so. So I can point out in terms of networking and benefits. I reached out to a friend who I've probably not talked to in 10 years. I probably worked with them as a colleague 10, 15 years ago. And I reached out to them on LinkedIn, and I did that not just once, but multiple times to multiple people. And it really is a matter of timing, but you need to make sure that you're constantly networking to get to that timing. So when I asked that person to say, do you know of any opportunity? She said, I'm leaving my PMO role and I can refer you at least, and the rest is based on your focus, right? Had I not reached out to them twice in 6 months or 1 year, I would not have known that she's leaving the opportunity at that time. So we really need to focus on networking, but networking doesn't just meaning, doing that once, but maybe keeping in touch with people across a longer duration, and then getting to a point where you find out more opportunities and then you're able to apply. After that, it's more, both luck and based on my journey, I'd say a lot of that is luck, but we focus on the part that you can work on, right? So luck is not something I can help you with, but even if it's a small portion, which is your own skills and skit and work, let's focus on that. So networking, making sure that you are able to talk to the people at the right time, and that may involve talking to them across a longer duration of time. I started that. Then I moved to contracting. There are pros and cons of both full-time and contracting roles, as you may be aware of. For a new person starting off, I would say take whichever opportunity you get. So yes, I've heard people know you have to have a really focus on whether you want to do full-time or contracting, at least specifically in tech roles. Take whichever opportunity comes up, even if it's low starting pay isn't great, if a lower hourly rate for a contractor. Once you have local opportunities, local names. So I work for Cancer Society, I work for Ontario Power Generation, I work for CIBC. Those names really help you get to the next level where you can then have larger pool of potential opportunities and jobs that you apply for. So
Thank
from my perspective, networking, making sure the right time, and then really have the skill set and build on the names of the organizations you work with. Sorry, go ahead.
Perfect. Yeah, I was just gonna ask you if there was one last thing which you would think that you want to leave somebody an advice, a piece of advice. What would that be?
So my advice, as I highlighted networking already. The other skill, of course, I've gone through the interview loops. I've identified. I've lost a few opportunities. I got a few opportunities. So you will win some, you lose some. Just learn from that, move on. It's not a reflection on you as a person. It's just a reflection of your skill set and your fit to that role. Organizations really want a fit, not just your technical capabilities. So just learn and move on. The other aspect is if you're thinking about changing your career, whether you came from banking or XYZ and want to move to something else, my personal understanding and my learning, and that it's completely personal, is if you are really open to change your career, look into tech. Tech has it has a high barrier. It doesn't have a high barrier to entry. At the same time, it doesn't have such communication skills and other requirements that some of the other jobs have in Canada. So if you are open to switching careers, please consider tech, because in terms of getting into tech, learning tech, it's more open to adapt, to get more new people in who have maybe less experience in tech, but they're very specialized to learn one particular technology, and they're able to get in. So if
Perfect.
you are open to that, please consider that.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Osama, for those insights. I'm sure the folks who watched this today would be able to take something away from what they've heard. And we'll post your LinkedIn profile on the YouTube page, so people, if anybody wants to reach out to you, I'm sure you're open to that.
More
So,
than happy to help. Yep.
Chris, thank you so much for your time today, Osama. Thank
All
you.
right. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Thank you.